Hi friends, today I'm going to talk about one of the most famous world conquerors of all time, Timur the Lame or Tamerlane as the West calls him. I'm sure most of you have heard the name of Timur. Specifically, recently he's been a lot of controversy and there's a lot of discussion about him. Some of you have an idea that he invaded Delhi and he really looted and ransacked Delhi and one of the most brutal destructions of Delhi. Also, he has some connection, you would have probably heard, with the Mughal Empire. So, let me tell you about him, the details about him, and I'm sure you will then understand how important he is in our history. So, watch till the end. Temur, in his times, is supposed to have killed 17 million people in all his invasions, which was around 5% of the world's population at that time. There was such brutality that his own, quotes, what do you call autobiographers, sh- nicknamed Sharaf, who wrote the book called Zafarnama, had to really try very hard to justify the actions of his master. That was Timur for you. He liked to call himself the sword of his religion, but if you look at his invasions, he invaded the Delhi Sultanate, he invaded the Persian Empire, he invaded the Ottomans, the Mamluks of Egypt. These were all Islamic kingdoms. So it is very fair to assume that a large part of the people that he killed were Muslims only. Temur was a ravaging conqueror, undoubtedly about it. Now, what happened is that he liked to believe that he was a descendant or linked to Genghis Khan, though it's not a very strong linkages between him and Genghis, but he believed so, and he went around saying that he wanted to re-establish the empire of the Great Khan. Born in what is modern day Uzbekistan near Samarkand, he, at a very young age in his childhood, some say he was trying to steal some sheep and he was shot by an arrow in his leg and his hand, and therefore he became a cripple for life. Or some say at a very young age he was doing some fightings and etc. for some king, and therefore he became a cripple. But the bottom line is he was crippled, especially in his leg, in his right side. That's why he's called Timur the Lame. Now, Timur made many invasions, as I mentioned, and destroyed many countries. And in many cities, once he won the battle, there would be huge piles of heads cut off, which would be decorated to show the absolute destruction and the victory of Timur. One of the major victories that he did in his life, of course, was of invading the Delhi Sultanate, at that time ruled by the Tughlaq kings. It is said when he invaded, Rao Duhul Chand stacked up Rajputs and Muslims to face him, and he, of course, butchered many of them. Temur had a fierce resistance from the Jats before he reached Delhi, and almost 2,000 or so Jats were killed. Just before attacking Delhi, Temur killed 1 lakh captives. He faced the army of Tughlaq and, you know, very smartly, he was a smart, shrewd commander, no doubt about that. He heard that the Tughlaqs had very, very massive battle elephants, armored and all. So, what he did was he asked his soldiers to dig trenches, and he had camels, so he put a lot of hay on top of the camels and he lit the hay with fire. The sight of camels burning, rushing towards them, panicked the elephants, and the elephants stampeded their own troops. and the Tughlaq army was resoundingly defeated, and Tughlaq ran for his life. Temur captured Delhi, and in one of the worst ransackings ever, and definitely probably the worst in Delhi's history, probably. 3 days the looting went on in Delhi. 3 days there were rapes and plunders and murders and loots. Because one reason being because the people of Delhi revolted. It must be noted that the people of Delhi did not easily bow down to this looter and invader. You find many similar such stories of Temur world over. Okay, but to us as Indians, the ransacking of Delhi in 1398 remains a moment in our history. Delhi was so thoroughly ransacked that it did not recover its glory for almost 100 years. Finally, Temur, uh, at one point of time, when he was planning to attack Ming China, because in the China also the Ming dynasty had thrown out the earlier Mongols, and he wanted to again re-establish the Mongol Empire. He was going on a winter campaign, and that is when he's supposed to have died. An interesting fact is that when uh, Temur was deciding to invade India, he was also having doubts whether to invade China or India first. And it is said that he asked his people who has more non-believers or whatever, and they would tell there are both sides. So then he said, who's more richer? And it was said, well, Delhi is more richer. So he said, let's attack Delhi. So I don't know whether he had any morals and all. But yes, one fact that I want to highlight is now, we also have another connection with him, and that is his great, I think, grandson or something was Babur. And Babur came to India because he believed that as the lineage of Temur, he deserved to rule over India that his ancestor had once conquered. The word Mughal was given to this dynasty by the outsiders like the Britishers, etc. But they always called themselves the linkages, the lineage of Timur, the Timurids. Okay, everyone. Okay, all the way to Akbar or Aurangzeb. In fact, even you have instances of Akbar producing illustrated copies and illustrations of the Zafarnama by great painters, etc., etc. So, throughout this lineage of Akbar and everybody, they proudly call themselves the descendants of Timur. Anyway, Temur's empire did not last long after his death. There was a succession battle, etc., etc., issues, and finally, his son, called Shah Rukh, became the king of the Timurids, and soon after that, it did not last long. That was this, you can say, great brutal ruler. He was the last of the great, you can say, Central Asian, commanders that rose and conquered these huge parts of the land, like Attila the Hun and Genghis Khan. If you're interested in such great kings, check out my video on Kublai Khan and on Genghis Khan in the description below. I hope you liked it. Thank you, and share me your comments. Bye.